Hey guys, how's it going? July 14th, 2022. Brought the server down for a few minutes as I have some a little bit of maintenance to do. It's not much, I just have to add one, so kind of show you what these fake industries are about if you haven't seen them. They're working out pretty good. Hasn't been too busy in Waycross as far as activity goes, so I haven't really been stressing it too much and kind of been doing most of it, to be honest. I've had one in here, it's done a little bit, but the server hasn't been that busy, to be honest. Which is okay, because there's always going to be potentials for other things, as much as I love the Southwest. Or Southeast, sorry. My misspoke. But let's see here. I want to continue this and push it for all it's worth and see what I can get out of it first. Then, we'll play it. We'll play it from there and see how it goes. If I have to run a 2-week cycle, I'll do that. I may do that. If it comes to it, a 2-week cycle. I can control the cycle length. It doesn't matter. I run a 2-week cycle. It just means 2 weeks to get through. Am I saying that right? The 2 weeks to get through? Yeah, 1 day. That's it. So, but right now it takes 1 week to get through a day, so we might be heading that way, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll pick up, but who knows? No biggie. We'll figure it out. Anyways, let's move on here. So we've got to get over to... So what I do is I post instructions to the Discord, and actually I'm going to open that up. No, I don't want to open that up. I'll show you that in a second. Let's focus on getting the server back up. So, and am I in the right run? No, I'm not in the right one. I gotta go over here. Go down here, and then we follow this dark path down this way. Destinations, do I have them on? Okay, they're on now. So we follow the path here. Whoops, there we go. Gotta keep going. So all these are the fake industries that I have, and they represent an empty load for each one. I'm getting there. They take a long time. You'll see how long they take. So let's see here. I need to be an engineer for CSX in Jacksonville. Okay, cool. Hey Robert. So where are we at right now? So these green ones are what represents what I have done. So I have fake industries in for these. I don't have Tampa, I don't have or these four. They're going to be coming up. In fact, as of tomorrow morning, I have these three. So I'm going to be doing those Friday afternoon, actually, by the looks of it. Or Friday evening, possibly. So at least I'll get the Tampa part done today, which will give me this one. I also have to get this train spawned. Actually, I'm going to spawn this train right now. It's a Q685 because I couldn't get him in yesterday. So let's see if I have a window. And I could have a window shortly once he moves. So we'll get back to that. So let's work on so you go into new industry, and then you click edit tracks. So this one pops up. Then you go back into editing the industry. This shows that the tracks are assigned. Now, what do I assign this for? There's some formulas that I have as far as the car types go. So I'm going to be doing Tampa, which is TPA. So I go Tampa here, and Tampa here, and over here I go Tampa. Now this is where it starts taking a long time, and you'll see why. In Tampa, and this is equivalent to sharing or trying to figure out how much to assign for each. These are too, some of these are too big actually. This one in particular is, I think, a little too big. But anyways, more on that later. So I start off with acid cars, box cars. I want to make sure I'm doing that right. Produces empties, yeah. Okay. Acid cars. Is it box cars? I already forget. Yeah. Okay, so acid cars and box cars produces empties. This is just, you can put any text in there, it doesn't matter. That and that. No, sorry, that is enough to drive this. If it doesn't have anything, it's not going to do anything. It has to have, doesn't matter what tag it processes, because it never processes it. All it's doing is generating trains that come this way. That's all. That's fake industry. That's why it's called a fake. I call it a fake industry. So when we go in here, I've got calling for 3 and calling for 6. That's easy enough. Now notice I click it twice and it pops open. You got to be careful. So 1, 2. See how it popped? You gotta be slow with it. So 1, 2, 3. Right? Is it 3? I think it's 3. Yeah, it's 3. And 6 for the other one. So it has a tendency of skipping. There we go. Now here's what takes a while, and this is why it takes about 20 minutes of downtime. I literally have to press and hold this one to get myself up to... Now this is why I'm doing a 1-week cycle, is because the maximum hours that I can put in for a turnover is 168. That doesn't mean I can't schedule it to run every 2 weeks, if need be. In fact, 168 means it's actually a little bit over in a week. I kind of forgot that, because 24, 48, 96... yeah, it should be one. It should be whatever. What is it? 50, 40, 144. I guess it would be. Yeah, I should be at 144. But anyways, I've been doing 168, so I'm just going to keep going at it, and it's probably going to stay that way because it. I find we don't. We're falling behind on everything. Eventually, anyways, there's there's a few of us. You know, we're all busy, so I only have so much time. I work, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. But that's okay. We all have life, and I'm not down about this. I'm not going to quit or anything like this. 458444. Although I sometimes wonder why I'm running a 24/7 server for 3 people. Like I said, you know, just sometimes. Bulkhead flat center. Okay, so bulkhead flats. But I do want to see this through at least and try it out for a while and see how it goes and then tweak it. And if I don't like it, then I can move on to something else. It's not a big deal. Life's about experiments, so. Okay, so bulkhead flat, E for the gondolas. And I got people who haven't given up on me, so I'm not going to give up on them either. If I didn't have any, but it would be very easy for me to give up. Done it before. Could do it again easily. 45844. 45844. So put that up. 45844. And then, oops, I gotta make these empty. It kind of unhighlights, it's not a big deal. Don't have to worry about the filters. At least I'm not using them at the moment. I got enough complication as there is. I wish there was a way to do it faster. I've tried typing in the numbers. There used to be a way of doing it in some of the previous versions, but that's about as much. And it's okay. You don't do this that often, and it's okay. Unfortunately, I have to bring the server down to do it, which kind of sucks. So I'll check chat once I'm done this in the next 10 to 20 minutes here. 10 to 15 probably. I'm getting through this pretty quick. As quick as I can anyways. But you can see how mundane it is, and it takes that much effort. It's not like I'm doing much, that's just the way it's doing it. It's kind of defaulted to 24, and 24 is nice and all, but the whole idea of pushing this up is so that it prevents people from just grabbing cars. That's the whole point of it. Because their cars aren't ready, so they'll look for that. But I'm more on a scheduled system now anyways. So this is becoming a thing of the past, so it's probably not necessary, but I already started every other industry like that. So I don't want to change anything. Okay. Whoops. That was dumb. Where am I at here? 168. Yeah. So I got 8 and 8 tank and 2 bay. Eight and 8? What was it? Yeah, 8 and 8. It's like watching paint dry. And I figured I'd do a live stream just to show you one of these. And I'm only going to do the one. I'm going to put the server back up. And I said I was going to have it up by 10 o'clock, so I should have it up by then. So I'm about done this one, but I'm not done because I still have to do the loaded versions. Okay. So that's good. Now I add this industry, and it puts Tampa in there. I save it, and then you can see, I don't know, you can see somewhere. It's in there. There it is. So Tampa's right there. What that doesn't do is it doesn't do the empty or the loaded version. So these produce empties. The other one's going to produce loads. So we go to new industry again. We click, go to edit the tracks. Edit the industry. Nope. Edit the tracks. I am having fun. Okay. So we got tracks in there. You can use the same thing, TPA. Whoops. This I'll call Tampa 2. Local freight symbol TPA. Now I'm doing loads. So we go down here and we see these 5 are spread out, and these are all in order. I got ballast, boxcar, bulkhead flat, covered hopper, and gondola. So I go up to here, and this time I'm doing loads. So ballast, boxcar, gondola. I'm just going to put up all the hours, and then I'll get the numbers. Well, they're fresh in my head. We're halfway through this, so. Then we'll have Tampa. Then we're able to build another train. And hopefully he comes from. I'm hoping this other train comes from the East Coast as opposed to Fitzgerald, like Doctortown area or whatever the hell, Ludowiski, because that would allow me to spawn 2 trains at once. They won't show up tonight. They're not going to make it into the yard, which is okay. We got actually one will. The first one will, but the others will not. Unless they both come from that siding. Then I just have to spawn them in order, and hopefully I don't have any traffic coming the other way. Auto still has issues with opposing traffic. I was clearing up a little bit of a mess earlier. Honestly, I don't mind, because I don't deal with every single train. So we're running so many of the trains, a lot of it's more for generating traffic complexity, to give the trains a little bit of challenge. Most people don't run trains, I find, on the server. They used to. I used to get a lot of that. Now I get more people who want to just run locals, which is interesting. Because now there's all the complexity of running a train in the world, but I find I don't have as many people running through traffic anymore, which is very interesting. 23233. 23233. Okay. Oops, wrong way. 2 3. See, I skipped it. 232. Hello. See, it skips it, right? Got to do it slowly. 23233. Okay, perfect. Now we move down a little bit further. This part's a lot easier than the other half. Reefer tank 2 bay, and they're all 3s. So reefer tank 2 bay, and they're all 3s. So I'll do it slowly so it doesn't go to 4. Yeah, see, slowly. They're loads. And within the next 2 minutes, I'm going to be putting the server back up. So that didn't take too long. But try doing that with a bunch of it, and boy, once I get to the other side of the industries, it's going to be a lot. But right now, I got enough to deal with this. I think I'm going to run southbounds for now. And I'm going to avoid the north. I'm going to avoid the stuff going the other direction, because the stuff that goes the other direction doesn't really traverse the route to begin with. Neither does the other ones, to be honest. They don't go that far. Once the Fitzgerald sub comes in, then I'm going to want to have some of that stuff. But the catch-22 with the Fitzgerald sub is I'm creating more jobs. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, well, I love Waycross and all, but okay, so quit yapping and let's get the server back up. So Tampa 2, TPA, everything else is going, boom, and no, we don't save it. New industry. No, not new industry. Wow, I'm glad it didn't let me do that. Add this industry. Save it. Okay. So you can see here, once we get circled around, because we're right on top of it, we've got 2 Tampas in there. What I'm going to do is I'll check the chat real quick. Hey Bob, how's it going? You're lucky. I wish I could play this game. Huh? Been playing it for years, so I think this has been around for a decade, so. But sometimes, you know, there's other things in life as well. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this for a minute. I'm going to take you guys out. So the display's off. I am going to bring back the server as promised. Okay, so we're hosting now, and oops, wrong one. Bring it back, bring it back. There we go. Okay, so the host is going again. We're all set to go. I don't know where I want to go here. Oh, okay, cool. Let me just check the traffic flow here. Oh, we do have one train coming down. So I can see that causing issues, but anyways. At least I can get the one in. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead. I don't need that right now. I go back to logistics. Oh, I'm actually in logistics. Okay. I'm trying to get a schedule thing done, but I haven't. I've actually had some fairly decent weather to walk in at work this week, so I haven't had too much time to go into the sheets. But we'll go ahead and we'll do some of that as well tonight. I don't think we're going to have time to hump. We might have time to trim and do a few of the other things that I was hoping to do, or hoping that is going to get done. So there's a train to build. Where's my other guys? And this is, I put it all in instructions, so you don't have to worry about reading all this and trying to figure out what the hell all this means. Okay, so Q685. Let me take a look at this. I think I was trying to spawn this the other night, last night. Q685. We go to Bolin, mixed freight, and we go ahead and spawn it. All right, so that's in. So he'll be coming in. Okay. Okay, that's the next guy, Q541. I gotta figure out where he's coming from. If it's Jessup, I'll spawn him there. If not, I'm gonna have to wait for my spawn. Q541. Let's 2 page down. My scroll wheel isn't working as well as it used to. Oh, he's a Fitzgerald too. Okay. So what I can do then is I got Q541 here. Now this is the old has the tags thing. Instead of that, we're going to tag for industries now. So what we did, go back into logistics for a minute. What we did is we just added Tampa, so I'm going to turn this into green because we have that now. The only ones that we have are left to do are all the ones that we're going to need tomorrow. So Friday's going to be one of those. At some point, I'm going to have to take down the server, probably this time tomorrow night or something, and I probably won't be hosting. Or sorry, I won't be hosting because I'll take down the server. If I can't do it, then I'll do it Saturday, and it'll be a day late. It's no big deal. I was already behind on the other ones because these are the last 4 that I have to put in, and of course they're needed for 1, 2. CFL's needed for at least 3 trains tomorrow, or no, 2. The other one I already have, so that one can go ahead as planned. So 541 has, this is the one we're looking at spawning next, has Baldwin, Tampa. I see A772. So now we go into the filter. A772 is one of them. Okay. So we see Baldwin, Tampa, and of course Tampa was the one we just added. So we've got that in there now. 772 we just did. This might be all of them. Nope. We got a 799. So we go back up to here, and we do 799. We close that. Low priority. I'm going to try spawning it. I don't think it's going to go, but yeah, because there's a train in there. So we got a parade of crap coming. But once he's out of the way, I'll just show you what this guy looks like. Oh, yeah, actually, this has nothing to do with. So he's got A780, and this is the beautiful thing about these fake industries, is they start bringing in cars. They are Lakeland, Florida. Wilson, is it? I can't remember. Then you got the empties, and the empties and the loads make sense. And I'll come down here and I'll. You saw some loaded lumber there. They all head north, or south, I should say. I had to do some guessing. So now we get into the empties. Some of the commodities that come out of the area, out of Lakeland area, on these particular ones. Again, there's a lot of guesses. I was looking for some prototype information. I'm doing a lot of guesses. I'll go into the chat for a second while that's going on. There we go. Empty reefers. Makes sense. Okay, so now I can go ahead and try that again. So there he is. So there's your 772, 799. Baldwin. There's your Tampas. This is the ones we just added. The fake industries. Not a big train. What is this size for this one? Yeah, I guess it was 6,662 feet. He's at 6,289. So these two will be heading into the yard, and then of course we got lots of room in there. Okay. So just like that, we got 5 and 6 on the way, I should say. What track they go into is dependent upon the AI system. They'll determine it. Now, notice it's red. This is a day behind. I can also get it in advance and try to get it ahead of time, but I can hear the horns, all those parade of trains going in there. Okay. So that's cool. So we got an hour. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go off of my own instructions and make sure, number one, that the AEI system is up to date. Of course, I have trains coming in, so I got to be careful. So 772 came in. That was the other day. Let me just... No, I want to minimize that. Let me get into Discord here. Okay, so A772 completed, tied down in R10. I think we already have that in the system. I just want to make sure. So now we look in the AEI system. And we look for train A772. Oops, I went too far. Actually, it's not going. It just kind of... Yeah, it's in R10. Okay, good. Okay, so this was from July 13th. Oops. And I put no, I don't want to do that. Can I delete that? Can I remove it? Alright, awesome. I thought I had a check mark. I did. It said frequently used, but it used to be infrequently used, but it's not there. I haven't used those. That's bullshit. Frequently used? Yeah, whatever. It used to be a checkbox or something. I don't know, whatever. I'll just use a thumbs up. Okay. R07 was humped. So now I look at what's in R07. Looks like I already added that. Because I don't see anything in R07. So you gotta manually update these. No, it's fine. What's the other one? R07 hump. R03 is humping. Okay. That was the ones I did last night. I might have changed that around. No, I didn't. Okay. So R03 did get in there. There was a... the server went... I forget. I think the cable went down or something like that. But all the cars did manage in there, but they're not in perfect... They finished humping, but they barely made it. Okay. Because I ended up, we had issues with the cable box, so we resetted the router, and then, of course, that knocked off the server. I forgot about that. Okay. But then I'm not too sure why yeah, who knows. It got in there. That's all that matters. Okay. Something happened. So now I'm looking at instructions. A768 can be blocked and run from L09. Okay. That's fine. It can be blocked and run. Power from R10 from last local can be removed. Okay, that's possible. Baldwin and Mulberry cars can be trimmed to build Q13 and released from forwarding. Okay, I'm looking at that one. That's an important one because I won't be able to do anything else until I do that. Removing the power, yes, it's important. But I'm looking at that one. So Baldwin and Mulberry, Q613. I think I like that. So let's go ahead and do that. So I mean, yeah, the power is there. We could run we can easily run the hump. Whoops, where the hell am I going? So last I remember, yep, there it is right here. So here's the our local power. Yeah, right. Hey, Bill. Alrighty. Okay, so we want to grab Mulberry. Baldwin will be the first set off, so we'll take the Mulberry, Baldwin, and then that clears up these guys. Nothing coming in yet. Got a traffic jam coming out of there. Okay. Yeah, when I was up in Sudbury there, and I was showing you, if you hadn't seen earlier in the week, I was showing our drone images. That yard is really a cool yard to operate. I look at the number of people we have, and it's a kind of yard I would love to operate. Now here's what's cool about this. This yard literally gets full. It's got, I think it's got about 20 tracks. So it's a double, two mains going through, and about 20 tracks. They don't get too many trains a day, but they're constantly, I mean, they got a lot of locals that come in and out to the mines, and they're a division yard, so they, well, they used to be a division yard. They're not so much a division yard now because part of that Transcon was removed, so they favor going to Toronto instead of directly to Montreal. And it's hard to explain. We model it at the Waterloo Regional Model Railroad Club when I belonged there. The way it's modeled is back in the 70s when there was actually a Transcon, so it was a division yard. Today it still is relevant because to represent the old Montreal Transcon, there is at least one local that goes down there, and it's a significant one, but there's also the mines. The mines are still very relevant to Sudbury. And then there's another local that runs the line of Sault Ste. Marie, which obviously heads into Michigan, and Sault Ste. Marie has stuff and all that other crap. But anyways, watching that yard, it's crazy because, well, they got a 20-track yard, and then they got I think about a 6-track yard called the New Yard on the other side. And it's just fun watching them. New Yard's kind of like an interchange yard where the Huron Central comes in, but it's also used as a I think it's used as a drill, but it's also used as an overflow yard when Sudbury gets packed. I noticed they were using that. There's one passenger every few days that goes that starts and terminates in Sudbury. Used to be a lot more. Well, used to be the Canadian. At one time, used to go there, but that doesn't take that route anymore. It takes the Canadian National as opposed to Canadian Pacific. But that's the kind of thing I kind of envision. I've always wanted to be able. That's where I look at, even a Port Robinson, which is still smaller, more local to me. I really look at a Sudbury and I think to myself, man, I just love how it flows. And don't get me wrong, I love the hump, and it's cool. It's just that there's so much stuff that's going on that it requires a lot of people, and then you have so many elements. You have what's going on in Jacksonville, which is an operation in itself, and then all the other stuff. So it really requires like a lot of teamwork, right? Okay, I see all green boards there. Oh, that's right. That's the last time it was me that came through there. He's still not lined up, huh? I may not know tonight. I noticed that that track wasn't nearly as full, but I had a train that was scheduled to come out. I was looking at it yesterday, which is why I put the instruction in. So Mulberry isn't as much, but there was enough. There was a train scheduled, so I have to work through a few cycles just to see how it goes. I may slowly bring in some of the fake industries going the opposite way as well as I get a chance. But that's going to be a slow process, I think. Again, empty reefers. So now you're seeing what I would assume would be car types that are not necessarily typical, but typical for the region. Because I don't know what goes to what areas and all that other crap. Okay. So there's my trains right there. Wish they would. I guess they can't come in that way. I don't think they can come in that way. Let me double check on that. Where is it? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. Here it is, right here. No, that's not it. Well, where's the way that it comes in? Oh, here it is, right here, Nichols. Oh no, that would be A1. They don't have access to A1. They do. They can come in by A1. Yeah, they got access to every track if they use it. I don't know why they don't use it, but they don't. It is what it is. Alright. So I believe I'm all set up, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'll cross over here. Do I need to cross over, though? No. No, because I gotta come out here anyways, so I might as well just keep coming. So it's gonna be a shorty train, but oops, wrong way. So it's pretty simple. You just basically follow along the instructions. You don't have to do it in that certain order necessarily. I'll list prerequisites usually. None of them are prerequisites for anything. Baldwin and Mulberry are the most important. I know that for sure. A768 can run whenever. Power for R10 only is a prerequisite once we try to hump R10. So, but that's not the last one. There's 2 trains already. Now, because I'm emptying this out, I now have the opportunity to plan ahead on what I'm going to do as far as, you know, I haven't even decided what forwarding track I want to put this under. I probably won't. In fact, I should have ran it from the local yard because it's small enough. But I'll put it in forwarding. I don't know. That's too late. Don't worry about it. I'll put it in forwarding. just go wherever this is going, because I plan on releasing it tonight. Why is he not getting a link in? Oh, I see switches moving. There he goes. I was going to say, I saw switches moving, so there's your first arrival. There he is. Okay. Looks like I'm going down this track. I'm fine by that. See, it was so small I could have ran it from the local yard, and yeah, I would have had easier access, but not a big deal. Alright, I don't think this is going to require more than 2 engines, personally. In fact, I don't even have to look at that. I can tell just by looking at it. Screw it. We'll give it 2 engines. I guess I have to latch onto it. I don't feel like doing that. I'll do it the automatic way. What track am I into? I'm in the F13. What do we got in here? All kinds of goodies. So, there's 3 going that way. That's going the wrong way. That's going forward. I might take those. Or I could take... No, I will take... Yeah, that's my... In fact, I might even use it solo. I think I'm going to use a solo engine. Screw that. You're over here. Okay. Well, let me pull you out. Just so I can get the rest of you in. Here comes the moon. Okay, so what were my instructions again? This is Q613. All right. definitely should have run through the local yard. In fact, probably could have got away with forwarding too, now that I think about it. Or maybe not. No. So my goal is to get this out, possibly do a little bit of yardmaster work, because I do want to plan for the next stuff that needs to be done. But I can do that fairly easy in a few minutes here while we're on the fly. I want to go 10 for now. What the hell? Where's it going? Why is it slowing down? Maybe because of this switch up here? Yeah. I don't know. I slowed it down for some reason. Get it up to 15 here. There we go. Okay. So, oh, what do we got here? Coming up. Ah, shit. Forgot about that. Gotta take a look around here. Middle. Okay, that's still local yard here, right? Yeah, I don't know why I didn't go through there. Wish there was a crossover, but yeah, better to keep going. I'll get there. Whoa! Oh, we'll go with 11.1. Baldwin and Mulberry, okay. So the Baldwin and Mulberries. Now I could go filter this if I needed to, but I don't need to, I don't think. Though I might. They're in the bowl. Okay. Hang on a second. We'll get to that in a second. So what I do now is I tag these, or I look for these tags, right? So I clear that. I look at my Baldwin and Mulberries. And I see what's in the bowl. I don't do with what's R09, R08, because that's still to be humped. Somebody's coming in. never saw that train, but... He's coming in there. There he is. So that's that first arrival we brought in, that we tried to get in last night, but we couldn't, so. Q613, I'm gonna go ahead and flick this ahead. Just because I've got, it's 10:47 and I'm running out of time for what I want to get done. Ah, crap. This is going to take me to the local yard. That was a brain dead move. So all of those we've got into F13. So they're ones and the bulls. Everything else doesn't. The sequence is different too. So the sequence number, and we want to do this. We don't know what the actual sequence is, and that's irrelevant. What we want to make sure, though, is that these guys are getting in there. So it says 26 cars. I forget how many there are, but we'll find out in a minute. Actually, I have to make sure I'm going down the right track now. It's a long ways. Oh, good. I got time to plan. Did I screw that up again? I swear, if I screwed that up. No, I didn't. Okay. I saw. See, I always get confused by that outer track there. Okay, so I got time to plan now. Lots of time. Turn off the damn bell because it's annoying. Okay. So our engine is 5308. The train that we're on is Q613 now. So now I take all of that and I turn that into Q613. In fact, I want to change the sequence slightly to make room for the engine. So 26 cars, but we got one engine. So we'll start with 2, 3. And again, this is all part of the Yardmaster planning. 27. Now I gotta find that engine. If I clear that out and select all, hit OK. Alright. Now we're looking for 5308. And we found it right there. Again, so I'm going to be on Q613. I think I got that right. Sequence number 1, F13. Okay, so now it's all set. We're still pulling into the edge. I'm going to go a little bit later than 11. That's okay. So Q16 built and released. I'm going to put that ahead of time. Now, we're looking at the plans as far as what comes next. So when we go into, let me just check my chat here real quick. We're all good. When we go into the chart here, Okay, RO3 and RO9 are in the bowl, so I'm not too sure why it's showing up as receiving. But let me change that real quick. Pretty sure RO9 was part of that. Okay, so that's in the bowl now. I didn't change that over. Let me double check there. RO3 is humping for now, should be fine. Oh, okay, wait. RO7 humped, RO3 is humping, now should be fine. Which is true. Okay, so that I don't have to do. I gotta watch out for my stuff here. So let me select all again. Let me go back to this, to the Waycross chart. Okay, so we got one that just arrived at 9. We've got 8, 9, and 10. So 8 and 9 are the ones. 9 is first. So RO9. Okay. So GFL is like, I don't know what's going on with that, why it's taking that much, but it is. So I probably have to tweak that a little bit. Or take a look at it and see what's going on, but so now I can look and I can start judging as far as instructions go. The only thing that's according to this are in the bowl right now are A768, A767, and then all these. Those can be built, but right now I don't give a rat's ass about them. I gotta get this stuff going. Next I have to take a look at RO9. To the AEI real quick. So we got that plan. So I can work on a plan as I'm thinking about this, right? So RO9 is the one we're looking at right now, and it's right on top. Because everything else is already in the bowl. Local 9. So some went to local 9, went at F13. A767's in the bowl. F13. So there it is, RO9, right? How far are we? We're getting there. So that GFL was the interesting one. I gotta see where that is. A lot of GFLs there. Not much at the end, though. Now I can try to reverse the order. Yeah, I'm looking at that Waycross chart. Yep. Try to reverse the order. Get over there. So if I reverse the order of the hump, I still have issues with GFL. Because they both have stuff for GFL. In fact, I'll have trims for Mobile, GFL, and Baldwin. Yeah, I'll have to tweak that. Whoops. Now that data could be right, it just could be all coming in. I honestly, I would love to be able to, ideally speaking, I would love to be able to have multiple trains be able to bring in multiple industries in an ideal world. I've been asked about RTS software. It's something I'm still considering the fact that I'm spawning this information. So instead of using fake industries, I could, in theory, be able to spawn trains just like in the old days in the RTS software. I've thought about it. Because the way the RTS software worked back in version 1 was pretty damn good. The problem is I don't have access to the files that I need. I might be able to take a siding like Bolin and really work on it and finally get it to work, and slowly start getting into building trains that have a little bit more realistic values. So instead of a train coming in and just having cars for X amount of industries, they actually have more, right? And I know there's more in that bowl than what's showing. I'm pretty sure there is anyways. Okay, so that's released. There he goes. So he's all set. And we have our trains coming in. So now I do my instructions. So there was more in the bowl there, and I'm not too sure if I got it all. I just want to make sure. Oh, they're just the locals. I guess we already pulled the rest out? No. Or there was nothing for those guys. Oh no, I had supply trains come in, so hopefully this will have... I would imagine it would have a little bit more, but let me just double check on that. Just check the chat real quick. Nothing going on. If I look at the logistics, now see, this is the problem that we get into. Instead of having it spread out across, they come into these huge groupings of blocks, and it's a little weird, to say the least. But okay, so 5 looks like it's coming into RO2, RO1. So what I will do then is I'll change that over to green. These guys here will go to red because they need power removed. So what I'll do for my instructions, and like I said, this is all I can do right now because I don't have enough advanced information. So Q613 is built and released. From here, RO7 humped. Arrivals on RO1. Let's start with what I had here. A716 can be built. Yeah, there's a local that came in here. RO3. Is it RO3? He's not an RO3. Oh, it's 772, which I don't have on that list, I don't think, which is interesting. No, I don't have it over here, which is interesting, but oh yeah, I got a 715 that I got a build to for Jacksonville. That's gonna have to wait till tomorrow. I gotta work on a 715 tomorrow. 8 and 9. So Q545, Q693. Okay, no, that's already humped. Q541, Q685, Q541. No, it hasn't humped. Q640. Ah. Let me get these trains right here. That's a problem, is I can't remember the trains. I need something that scripts this. Q541, Q685. 541, 685. 541, 685. And let's see here. As far as the hump instructions go, and trim instructions, we've got R09 can be humped R09 can be humped. Prepare to trim GFL during trim Baldwin GFL Mobile. So now when I look at outbound trains, I go back to logistics. This is where I need to get into the outbounds. So Baldwin, GFL, and Mobile. We don't have any New Orleans, but we're gonna call this Q631. See, over there is a lot more variety. It gets spread out a little bit more, but I'm not... See, and this is the first time I've been trying. I like some of the things of it, but there's a lot that I don't. So basically what it's doing is it's bringing in a train and it's just going out as another train. And that I don't like. If that was the case, it would avoid the hump altogether. It would just go directly to those yards. That's, yeah. I gotta rethink this. It's like, oh, I gotta really think about things here. I'm not gonna give up just yet, but the problem is, like, I might be able to get away with let's see here. I think what I might be able to do is call on all those trains, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to call on all those tags. But I want to do it in such a way that it doesn't overpower the locals as well. I may even go so far as to call all the locals at once as well. But we'll see. I got to think about that one. I know what I was trying to do, but I can call it that way. But I have to do it in such a way where it changes, if that makes sense. Because the problem is when I call that tag, it's always going to be for that particular amount. So I either have to divide it up evenly, which sucks. Yeah, I mean, it's going to vary a bit, but I'm not too sure about that. I might do some testing this weekend on that. We'll see. Then if I go to R08, it basically does the same thing. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Ugh. Never really thought ahead to that. And that would be about that. 11:19. I think it's time for bed. That's okay. We'll get there. Do I have an outbound train or what? What's going on here? Oh, south trim. Okay, so he's left. He's just relinquished, so he's good. I got some thinking to do this weekend, though. I really do. Not that, I just have to think of how I want to do that. Number one, I love the AI system. I really do. I don't care how, much times it bugs up. That's irrelevant to me. The fact that it does it is amazing. So here's our outbound train, just like that. So that's good. Oh, this is cool. And the AI system's working good too. So I'm pleased with that. I have no problems with the AI system. There's a couple known issues with it. It's okay though. The spreadsheets are working good for the most part. I just got to figure things out as far as how I want to do that. I may once again, as crazy as it sounds, is I might consider other territories, and I've said that before. And it pains me because I love the Southeast. If we have a few more people, it'd be okay. But we're down to, I think we're down to like 2 or 3. If my numbers are correctly, we're down to 2 or 3 lately. And running a big, huge friggin' bull like this for that is ridiculous. But not to mention I put instructions out there and I end up doing it, so it's hard to build and do the other stuff. But it's okay. We'll get around this and we'll figure out something. I'll have to look at some of the other different yards and all that other stuff. I might talk to Scott a little bit. He's not into it right now, but he can always give me some input on some of the other stuff out there. But we'll see. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. I was going to end it now anyways. So hopefully you liked it. And as always, I'm open to ideas. As far as what to do next, it's kind of a toss-up. I'm really looking forward to Fitzgerald sub too, and that might bring a whole new thing to it as well. I've thought about running smaller. Haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking about it. So if I run smaller, and I don't know what yards are coming up. The problem with the Sanford sub, I'll say this much. The issue with the Sanford sub as far as yards go, is they're great for a long run, but there's only one supply train and then a bunch of locals. It's great for if you've got a few people and you're in different areas and you're running your locals and you just run one supply train that does the work. It's kind of fun that way. The issue, and I mean, Waycross is just freaking awesome. I love the size of the hump. The newest route that came out, I'm not too sure about that one. It is on its own, but I gotta look again at it. Take a quick look at it and see. I may consider it, but we'll see. I hear there's some AEI in it, so that's always a bonus. But I'll have to see. And as far as the others go, and then again, I got to think about 24/7 too. Because, yeah, I got one guy overnight, and I could run during, I don't know how much I run during the day, to be quite honest, these days. Not much. Got to think about that. Maybe I'll just run at night. Or something like that, or different type of hours again, or something. Who knows? We'll see. But we'll figure it out. Anyways, that's all for now, guys. Hey, have a good one. Talk to you later.